up, guys? Sharky here again. This video is going to be a little bit different than all the other stupid stuff I've been doing. This is the video that I kind of wanted to make from the start. There's going to be a lot of stuttering, a lot of missing words and stuff. I'm not going to do any editing. I'm not going to change anything. It's just kind of me talking to you guys. If you're not interested in like weight loss or stuff like that, this is the video. This is kind of for me to go back and watch. It's kind of for friends and family to keep track. It's kind of for accountability. Every Tuesday, I'm going to post a video throughout 2019. And I know today's Wednesday, but you know, I wanted to get the first week under my belt. So every Tuesday, I'm just going to post a video. It's going to be kind of a series called Fat Tuesdays, and I'm just going to post like a weight loss update, where I'm at, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. A lot of people aren't going to be interested. It's probably going to get a lot of dislikes. Probably going to get a lot of hate, trolls. You know, the world's full of assholes, and they seem to be on YouTube a lot, and that's fine with me. You know, what I want to do is just kind of explain my story, where I've been, what I've done, how I got here today, and then each Tuesday it's just going to be, hey, this is what I did last week. This is where I'm at. This is how I worked it out. Back in 2005, I wanted to lose weight. I decided to count calories, exercise. I was miserable, but I did it for a year. I lost 112 pounds, 117 pounds. I went from 412 to 295. That was the lowest I'd been in a couple of decades. I did it for a year. I was miserable. It felt like punishment. It felt like torture. Trying to exercise, counting calories, all that good stuff. But I mean, I did it. A couple months later, we found out that my wife was pregnant with our first kid, Evan. She had cravings. She wanted Taco Bell. I got Taco Bell. I gained some weight there. We had Evan. In September, long nights, not much sleep, a lot of stress. So I didn't really exercise. I ate what I wanted. I kind of stopped. Within a year or two, I had gained all the weight back and more. I kept telling myself, you know, I'm going to get back on track. I'm going to get back on track. And then I just never did. Time just kind of got away. A decade later, I was still around 440-ish, 420 to 440. In 2017, I kind of heard about keto. I started doing research, started trying things, figuring out if we could do this, we could do that, types of foods we liked, how it all worked. I lost some weight in 2017, only to be like, I don't really want to stick with this. I didn't really care. So I gained all the way back. December 26th of 2017, I weighed 440.2. I kind of was fed up. I made myself a promise that 2018 was going to be the year that I changed. And then I did something with my weight because, you know, in 2018, I was going to turn 40. I didn't want to weigh 440 pounds at 40. You don't really see many 50 or 60-year-olds weighing 440 pounds. So it's kind of life or death. And, you know, I had wasted almost 4 decades being fat, not even trying, not even caring, just doing whatever I want. So I wanted to make 2018 different. I wanted to change, and I made my mind up. And I'm like, you know, I'm not going to really wait till January 1st, 2018. I'm just going to start now. I'm going to start with the plan. I'm going to come up with a plan. I'm going to start trying to follow it so that when January 1st hits, this is a daily routine. This is what I do. This is how I live life. So January 1st, I had already lost a couple pounds, but not much. But, you know, January 1st, I mean, I just started flat out. 20 carbs or less. You know, and keto can be as easy and simple as you want it, or it can be as complex as you want it. It just depends on how serious you want to get into it, how strict you want to do it. I started realizing that strict keto was not going to work for me. I was just going to be miserable, and you can't do something every day if you're miserable. So I took keto. I took all the research I did, and I adapted it into what I call Sharketo. And, you know, Sharky keto. I mean, it's keto for me. It's what's going to work for me. I started really slow in January, 20 carbs or less. That's it. That's all I focused on. Just keeping it 20 carbs or less, 20 carbs or less, getting some exercise, getting some cardio, riding the bike, walking some more. No big changes, just focusing on one thing at a time. After January, I dropped about 30 pounds. I decided to get a little bit more, add something else to it. I didn't want to try to learn everything overnight because you just get frustrated and quit. So once I was, steadily doing 20 carbs or less, steadily doing cardio, I added some boxing. I bought a boxing bag. I added some boxing, some more walking, and trying to a lot of times with keto you want to do fasting. Most people start out or stay at you fast for 18 hours, you eat for 6 hours. That's 18-6, and it's your 24. I started trying to do that. I spent February kind of, trying to get into a really, really good routine. I turned 40 in March. My wife made me a keto-friendly birthday cake. We celebrated. I didn't really have any cheat days. I was going strong at it. About the middle of March, I had lost about 65 to 70 pounds. I had a lot of pain in my side. I was rushed to the hospital. My appendix burst. It had burst. It had been 3 or 4 days. So it was kind of a rough point. Some of it, had already died. It had already started turning the gangrene stuff. So I was rushed to the hospital, rushed into surgery. The doctor was up front. He was like, there's a very good chance you're not going to make it. If you were any larger, you wouldn't make it. At this point, where you're so still overweight, we're not sure if we're going to be able to do the easy surgery or if we're just going to have to cut you all the way down and open you completely up to try to save your life. But he made a very clear point that if I was bigger, then I probably would not be alive because the surgery would be so difficult. So if I hadn't lost that weight from January, February, March, I probably would be dead. After surgery, I made it through. The hospital, their food, they don't really care if you're on keto or not. They bring you the food that you're supposed to eat. I wasn't eating much. I didn't really care. I wasn't hungry, so that was good. Once I got out, I made it a point to just be like, the old me would have used this as an excuse to just go back to eating, go back to being lazy, not caring, being stressful, and just eating all the food, getting all the weight back. But I was like, I'm not doing it this time. This time, I made myself a promise, and I'm going to stick to it. And I picked right back up on keto. About maybe 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, I started light exercising, moving into the exercise. March went by, April went by, May, June. The 6-month period, I lost 110 pounds. I was feeling absolutely amazing. I no longer had anxiety attacks from trying to walk up a couple steps. I no longer had to stop to breathe. It felt amazing. And I enjoyed it because, keto is high fat, low carbs, and you're trying to get your body into the state of ketosis so that your body burns the fat. And then once you get to that point, you get fat adapted, you lower the fat and your body starts burning your fat for fuel that's on your body. And that's how you drop weight so quick. And that's why it works. It's not all about eating as much bacon as you can. It's about healthy fats. It's about meats. It's about vegetables. It's about understanding that you don't have to eat 3 to 6 times a day. And that's what I was learning. My mom had been in the hospital for about 8 years, off and on. She'd been really sick. She ended up passing away at the end of July. I kind of let the stress get the best of me. I gained some weight there, but I kept trying to, I would get into a loop to where I would cheat on Saturday, Sunday, get back on it on Monday, do really good all week, get back down to where I was, cheat again, go back up. I did that for 6 months. The last 6 months of 2018, I only dropped 25 pounds. I lost weight every single month. I basically planned it to where I could cheat, get back on track, cheat, get back on track, and then at the end of the month, I would do a fast or something so that I would still lose weight. I would have some kind of weight loss to show. I decided that I wanted, I was getting close. I was getting down, 315, 310. I finally got down to 309. And I was like, I really want to be under 300 by the 1st of 2019. I mean, that's my goal, 299. And I kept just focused on that goal, and I just kept stressing over it and worrying about that number. And if the number went up a couple ounces, I was like just devastated. And I was weighing 2 or 3 times a day, and I was, how much do I gain if I drank a bottle of water? Water is nothing, but if you drink it and then suddenly weigh, you're gonna weigh more. So like it was just stress. So I was like, I can't do this to myself. My goal for 2018 was to lose 10 pounds per month, 120 pounds. I lost 135 pounds during that year. So I decided to just kind of make 2018 a little bit shorter. And I stopped a couple of days after Christmas. I was like, this is going to be my end weight for 2018. It's also going to be my starting weight for 2019 because, that way it kind of flows perfectly. And I'm like, I'm going to end December here. I'm going to end 2018 here. I'm going to take the next 3 or 4 days off, do what I want, enjoy family, enjoy the holiday, and gain weight, gain some water weight, and then just pick up strong January 1st again and just go for it. On January 1st, my actual start weight that I use is 305.2. That is because that was the last weight from 2018. And in order to show actual weight loss for January and not just the fluctuation of water weight and stuff like that, that's what I wanted to do. The scale actually said I went from 305 to 321 in 4 days. That's not possible. I didn't really eat that many calories. A lot of it was water weight, my body retaining fluid. The first week, which was from January 1st to yesterday, I'm back down to 309. So I've dropped 12 pounds. Again, that's not really weight loss. I can't say I've lost 12 pounds in a week because it was water weight. It's not really weight. That's why I used 305 as my starting weight. And then on February 1st, whatever my weight is then, that's how much weight I lost in January. That little 4 days off, up and down, up and down. I'm not really counting it because you can't count it. The plan for 2019 is to get from 305 to 240, 240.2. That'd be 200 pounds lost in about a year and a half. One of my goals for 2019, and when I started this, is I wanted to ride a roller coaster. I've never rode a roller coaster, never ridden a roller coaster, and I want to ride one. And I couldn't ride one at 440. I'm going to be able to ride one at 240. And I have set that for July 20th. July 20th is the day my mom passed away. So that will be 1 year from the day she passed away. So it's going to be kind of a celebration of her life. It's going to be a celebration of me hitting my goal. It's going to be a celebration of me doing things that I always wanted to do that I never did. It's just going to be a great day. July 21st, I'm going to have a cheat day. I'm going to eat anything and everything that I want with no care of how sick it makes me or how much weight I gain. If I can go from January 1st to July 21st with no cheat days, I'm going to take a cheat day. If I get down to 240, it doesn't matter if I gain 5 or 10 pounds back or even more. I'm going to take that cheat day. I'm going to work from July 22nd up until around, December 26th, 27th with no more cheat days. 2019 for me is going to end around December 27th. That's going to be my final weigh-in. And I'm going to take the last few days to celebrate the holiday, family, discount Christmas candy, New Year's, and just have a good time. And then January 1st, 2020, I'm going to get right back down. I'll probably have about 15 or 20 pounds to drop back down to my 240. And then I'm going to try to focus on maintaining around 220 to 240 during that year. I would like to get to 220 in 2020. That would be exactly 50% of where I was. But that's not really a goal. The goal for 2020 is just going to be maintain that weight, 220 to 240-ish. Up the carbs a little bit, and then not have food control my entire life. Not have food control my stress levels. Not have food be in the center point of my life anymore. I wasted 40 years doing that, and it's no disrespect to anyone, but it's pathetic, I feel ashamed and guilty of doing that. And it's not the way I wanted to live anymore. If you guys, as you can see, we got sharkysworld.com. That is kind of where I spent all of 2008 writing about what I was doing, how I was losing weight, how I felt, success, failures. Also on there, I've posted recipes. Every Sunday, my wife and I are going to make a keto-friendly recipe, and we're going to post it on there. We're going to post how we made it, if we liked it or not, if it was good or not. Every single Sunday is going to be a recipe. Every single Tuesday on there is going to be a weight loss update. Current weight, what I did, how the week went. And I'm also going to make this video every Tuesday to kind of cover that as well, just for accountability and for like, this is where I'm at. This is what I did. If I screwed up and I gained 10 pounds, that's what I did, and I'm not going to really try to hide that anymore. I'm just going to be out in the open with myself. That's what I did. I got to do better, or I killed it. I lost 5 pounds or something. Either way, that's what I'm going to post. So all the stuff is going to go. And the Shark Keto thing. Keto can be easy or it can be really hard. It can be lazy or it can be strict. Some people eat dairy, some people don't. Some people do this, some people do that. You can't do what other people do. So I'm not here to make videos to tell you how to lose weight. I'm here to make videos to tell people how I lost weight, and then to remind myself, hey man, this is where you were. You were at 440 and now you're at this. So you're still doing good. Don't worry about it. That's why I made Shark Keto. It doesn't matter. You're not going to find, a lot of times when you're on Facebook and keto groups, you have people posting, can I eat this on keto? Will this knock me out of ketosis? We're all different. You have to do the research. You have to do the testing. You have to do your own thing. You can't go on the internet and expect someone to lay out the plan for you and then have the same success as I did. If you did exactly what I did the first 6 months, you probably wouldn't lose 110 pounds. You may lose less, you may lose more. We're all different. So there's a lot of people on YouTube and a lot of people on Facebook and the internet that's going to say, oh, well, this isn't keto. You can't eat this on keto. This is going to knock you out of ketosis. And that's not true for everybody. A big thing is like popcorn. Can you eat popcorn? Well, technically popcorn isn't what strict keto people would consider keto, but it's not going to knock everyone out of ketosis. It may not knock you out. It may not, meet your macros of what you're trying to do. Some people can, some people can't. You got to do what works for you, and you've got to test it. You want to eat popcorn, you love popcorn, eat popcorn a couple of days a week. If you see that your weight has stopped, slowed down, take away the popcorn and see if the weight comes back. If it does, then you just can't eat popcorn. And that's the key for me with Shark Keto is just you take keto, you take the basic stuff, you do the research, you try to understand what it is, you adapt it every single day to fit you and to fit what works for you. The first Sunday we made a peanut butter pie. Some people are going to tell you that's not keto. Some people are going to tell you that you don't need to have extra fat, or this isn't keto, or don't worry about doing sweets. We like sweets. We use erythritol, which is a good sugar substitute, and we made it. You don't eat the whole pie, you eat a piece of pie. You enjoy it. It does not knock me out of ketosis, so I can have it. That's the key. It's like, don't look for YouTube videos. Don't look on the internet for the answer. No one can do it for you. You have to do it. And I finally understood that in 2018, and now I'm using it through 2019. What I started in 2018 was every day is like the page of your book, and it's going to get written, and you need to take control of what gets written. Did you not care, eat all the carbs, eat all the food, gain weight? It's still going to pass. It's still going to get written. So I decided to take control. And on sharkysworld.com, I kind of post my stuff as like a book. Each month is a chapter, and I post, 2 or 3 times a week about weight loss stuff. And if you don't want to read all that, you don't really care, I have like a Cliff Note section, so you can just kind of read like a quick update of what happened in January. It's also there for me to go back and be like, I was 440 pounds. What did I do back in January 2018 that was so successful? I can go back and I can read it. And I named 2018 Mass Evolution, and it's just that. It was an evolution of a mass, of a large mass. I was 440 pounds, and I evolved and changed everything about my entire life to be 0305. I've named 2019 the missing link, and that's because 2018 is where I was. 2020 is where I want to be. I gotta link those. I gotta figure out how to be successful at keto, keep the weight off, exercise, not just lose weight, but like firm up, tone up, be healthy, and then connect that to who I want to be in 2020. And that's kind of what I'm doing with YouTube videos. That's what I'm doing with streaming. I turned 40, and it kind of does a switch to where you don't really care anymore. So like I'm making stupid videos. I don't care if people watch it. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you don't like it. It's making me happy because it's cool. It's interesting, and I don't really care at this point. I want to do what makes me happy, and I want to do what makes me feel good. A lot of people are going to be against keto because they think that you're eating fat and all this bad fat, and you're eating plates of bacon and all this stuff, and that's not keto. For me, that's not Sharketo. I do eat some bacon here and there, but it's mostly fattier meats, broccoli, cauliflower, so a little bit of butter. I'm usually fast. I try to fast 23 hours a day and only eat one meal between 5:30 and 6:30. That seems to work for me. I am getting up at 5:30 in the morning and doing cardio with the bike and boxing. I walk about 5 miles per day on my lunch and breaks at work. I come home, I do my weightlifting, I have my meal, and that's it. And that works for me. I'm not eating plates of bacon. I'm not eating, plates and sticks of butter. Once you get to a certain point, you lower the fat and you up the protein a little bit, and you don't really want handfuls of fat bombs and throwing all this stuff in there that you don't need, because you want your body to be burning the fat that's stored on you. So that's kind of my story. I also wanted to put it out there that I'm not gonna tell anyone how to lose weight, because that's not my purpose. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to tell you what I did. But I will happily answer any questions. You can email me at sharky@sharkysworld.com. You can look me up on social media, Sharky Hitchens. You can send me a DM. You can leave a comment. If you have questions, I don't know the answer, I'll research it. That way we both learn. That's the way it works. If you don't know, you research it. If you're not really good at researching stuff, I'll do it for you. If I don't know the answer or what's worked for me, I'll look it up. I'll research it. We'll both learn the answer, and then I may be able to use that in adapting. You always have to adapt. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over. And the same thing for you may not work for me. So you have to just take it, adapt it every single day. Even though I've done this for a year, I've lost 135 pounds. Every single day, I'm learning more about sugar alcohols, insulin, carbs, the right kind of vegetables, this, that, new recipes. It's every day that you learn something. And when you stop learning and stop trying, then you're going to go back to your old ways. So, if you got comments, opinions, if you just have questions, just send me a message. I'll answer it. If you're looking for good YouTubers, I follow the Keto Guy. He is hugely motivational. He's a huge inspiration for me. He's in kind of the same situation, and he kills it, and he knows what he's talking about, and he doesn't just tell you what he's learned. He does it. This month he's doing a carnivore diet. And if it works great for him, awesome. If it doesn't, he's going to let you know, and he tries it. And if it works for him, but somebody's like, well, you can't do that, it doesn't matter. He's going to do it because it works for him and he's happy. I watch Goody Beats. He's just, he's went from a chubby guy to just a monster of a man. Muscles, huge. He's impressive, and he's amazing, and he's a good guy. He's a good dad, good family guy, and he knows what he's talking about. There's a lot of people on here that don't know what they're talking about. I'm one of them. That's why I'm not going to give you advice oh, well, if you eat this and this, you lose weight. I don't know that. I just know what works for me and what worked for me. And if it stops working, then I'm going to adapt and try to find what does work. So those are a couple YouTube guys. I have done this all without surgery. If you've had surgery, that's great. It wasn't for me. But yeah, so next Tuesday I'm going to drop a video and kind of just let you guys know where I'm at. Right now I'm at 309.4. I really want to be back to at least 305 by this coming Tuesday. That's going to put me at my lowest since 2005. It's going to put me at my lowest with doing this keto stuff. I want to be under 300 before February 1st. That's the ultimate goal for January, is 299. I want to see 299 on there. I'm trying to limit diet soda. I'm trying to limit sugar-free candy and stuff like that. Eating the one meal, not missing any exercises, up in the boxing, up in the weights, stuff like that. That's what I'm going to focus on this week. And so come back next Tuesday. Hopefully I'll have some good news. I'll be able to tell you guys that I'm down to 305 or lower. And if you guys have your keto stories or your weight loss stories, leave the link in my comments or tell me where to find them. Tell me where to read them. I love reading about people who's lost 100 pounds or 200 pounds. It motivates me to keep going, and that there are people out there doing it. So I'm not gonna care if you promote yourself on my video, because it's nice to have like a little community. So just put it in the comments or do whatever you want and be like, hey man, I'm in the same boat with you, or I'm doing it, or I'm just starting out. Check out my video. I will come to your video. I'll watch it. I may subscribe to you. Who knows? So I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Good luck.